Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Game with Valor Heavy Bowgun. Normally, you just shoot like 6 Pierce ammos at a normal pace, then you hit Valor mode. Sprinting, dodging, shifting to Siege mode, 12 ammo, rapid fire Pierce, boom, boom! Boom, headshot! You got Valor Longsword, you get into Valor mode, you take this guy's footage of doing perfect counters, you're unstoppable. Then you have Valor Greatsword. You do some regular charging, but in Valor mode, you're doing spins into faster charges, and then you got the big charge. Valor Bow, you can do a power shot after firing, but in Valor mode, you do a second power shot. Oh, bury me. So that's more of the fun side of Generations Ultimate, but let's talk about the other details. If you haven't played this game yet, let me sell it. It's got transmogging, challenging content from low rank to G rank, multiple fighting styles for each specific weapon, it's got a healthy online community, it's got Prowler mode, also a in-depth Palicos system, laggies here, amazing combat, cannonball, minigames. We've got multiple hub areas, classic areas from previous games, tons of weapons, there's over 100 monsters, so armor sets for each one, including low rank, high rank, and G rank versions. Different sets for melee and range, but it doesn't stop there because colors for your armor and even unlockable colors that are tied to their specific deviant monster. So, deviant monsters, hyper monsters, gameplay tailored for single player, gameplay tailored for multiplayer. The total amount of quests available in GU is over 1,000, including DLC and tons of collab events. I'm sure I'm missing something, but you get the idea. This game has a ton of content in it, and it goes on sale pretty often for a total of a whopping $10. $10 for something I already put in over 200 hours. Listen, waiting for title updates in Wilds is a slow process. Having already played World, Iceborne, Rise, and Sunbreak, I needed more. I played GU originally years ago, but only finished low rank. At the time, it just didn't click with me. So I went back to see how it was, and wow. The gameplay is pretty different. Low rank Nargacuga alone will teach you that this game isn't like the newer games. You don't just keep attacking, you will wait your turn. Rathalos will teach you that running moves are terrible, as they do in just about every single game. And Placiath Hip Check will teach you pain.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
I feel like I've been gaslit into believing that all low rank or high rank and Monster Hunter games are supposed to just be an easy cakewalk. Especially if you've played the game before, but the amount of wind pressure, tremors, being stunned, and bouncing off of monster parts because of weapon sharpness has completely changed my mind on this.
Wow.
And that's not just my opinion. If you check out the GU subreddit, you'll see daily posts about people hitting walls at low rank and high rank. That's where I want to start with this video. If you're someone who thinks there's not enough challenging content available in current gen Monster Hunter, GU has you covered. I'd say I'm pretty good at Monster Hunter. Sub 5 minute tempered arc fields are kind of like whatever. Who's this guy trying to impress? If you're doing sub 10 minute hunts and wilds, then you're good at the game. You got a good handle on it. But that hasn't stopped me from carding or even failing quests multiple times through my journey from low rank to high rank and high rank to G rank. I love this game for that. You have to remove the idea of short hunts from your brain. Hunting a Yian Garuga might take you 10, 15, 20 or more minutes. Honestly, hunting anything while progressing through this game will usually take you over 10 minutes. And, that's okay. Especially if you're someone who's only played the newer gen of Monster Hunter games. It's gonna take time to get used to the controls and the flexing. And to fully understand how the combat is supposed to work, many will tell you that you need to remove the idea of constantly attacking. This game's combat feels more aligned with turn-based combat. Monsters will do an attack and you retaliate through their openings. As you climb higher in rank, this back and forth gets a little more complex. especially when it comes to G rank and EX monsters. They will obtain the authority of multiple attacks before you get your turn. The you go, I go doesn't really apply to them. It's more like they go, they go, they go, and now you may attempt an attack on an opening. Of course, as your skill level increases, you'll start to really learn each monster's pattern and understand that there are slight opportunities in between their onslaught of attacks. You just can't commit to any long combos. GU does an amazing balance of hunter power versus monster power, with the monsters at the end of each rank having the balance of power tipped in their favor. And that's pushed even further in the endgame when you go against EX monsters like Bloodbath or Hellblade. It's up to you to overcome the unfair balance of power with your own determination. You will work for your victories and bask in the glory. While the gameplay for each weapon isn't as fluid and improved like they are in the newer games, the different styles and how you play them makes up for it. Guild style is the standard gameplay style for each weapon. You get all your combos and maybe a hunter arts or two. Striker style, you'll lose a move or combo, but you have access to more hunter arts. Aerial style, you lose some moves for the ability to perform aerial moves, which lead to mounting the monster. Like, look at this. I'm just doing kick flips off this guy, and in this one, I'm jumping off this guy and hitting the mount. I love aerial. With the adept style, you'll lose some moves. You kind of get the idea at this point, but you lose moves for more iframes during your dodge, and performing a perfect dodge leads to powerful attacks. The Valor style, you hold Sheath to become invincible. If you get attacked, you dodge and build your own Valor meter. If you hold Sheath and attack, you get an attack that boosts your Valor meter even further. Once that meter's full, you enter Valor mode and you get the strong attacks and combos. I already went over it a little bit earlier. You get the idea. Alchemy style is kind of just for fun shenanigans. If you're ever feeling like you want to switch things up but are really focused on maining one weapon, then you just switch styles. Each style comes with a unique and interesting experience. Alright, so we talked about difficulty and different styles, so let's talk about the meta and if you need it. From low rank to high rank in the early parts of G rank, attack up is good. It's a flat value, unlike future games that give you a flat value plus a percentage. And the set that gives you it is called Boojaboo. It gives attack up L. It's a combination of bull drum head, jaggy chest, bull hands, jaggy waist, and bull legs. You use this set to get great damage and feel like your armor is providing you something while you progress through the game. But if you don't care about optimized DPS sets, then just make whatever you want. The main part of progressing through GU is just making sure you have enough armor to survive a hit from the monster you're fighting. I've played a lot online and seen people with 0 active skills progressing through G rank. It's doable in the sense that you don't need to be some amazing godlike player to do so. Your hunts might be a bit slower, but it's not going to be the make or break for how the game feels overall, at least while progressing. But if you are looking for meta builds or some kind of foundation to start from, then I recommend yet another guides. These guides provide multiple choices for gear and for weapons while progressing through the game, as well as what combos to use, what styles to use, what hunter arts to use, everything, with positive and negatives to each style, art, or weapon. It's basically got everything you need to know about whatever weapon you're going to pick up, and it also has a good amount of JoJo references if you're on the longsword page. On the topic of meta, let's talk about armor. Most armor usually has 1 to 5 and a certain skill. It usually requires 10 points to activate a skill. Weakness exploit is 1 rank in this game, you just need to reach 10 wex. Attack up has 3 points. You got attack up S, M, and L, activating at 10, 15, and 20. You won't have a full page of skills like the newer gen, you'll focus on specific ones necessary for what you want to do. And GU has such a fascinating way of finding out what is your in-game set. Of course, there's plenty of this is the end-all be-all best set for your weapon. There's a lot of room for flexibility when it comes to weapons and armor. Let's take a quick journey to show what I mean. I love Pierce heavy bowguns. The Diablos gun is just fun to use. I want to make a set using this gun to do big damage. Yet another guide lets me know if I want to use this weapon, I need to invest in recoil +1 and bitter affinity. So let's go to yet another set searcher. We're a gunner, the bazooka has 1 gem slot, and we're assuming we have a good 1 skill charm. That's like the base level for good charms. 2 skill charms with slots open is like the god charms. We sort by maximum defense because armor is very important in this game, so we need recoil +1 and bitter affinity. Under yet another skill recommendation, we look at what's relevant to what we want to do, and it looks like Pierce and Shot Booster is what we're looking for. Load that in, and we search with tons of results. The top 10 results give you exactly what you need and are all within a 6 armor difference. From here, you can make a set based on what pieces you can already make, or maybe you're of the opinion that you don't want to kill a Hyper Devil Joe or a Savage Devil Joe, so you don't want to make any of the Esurient pieces. And instead, you just choose a set that's easier to farm. That's the bare bones of it, and it gets more fun when you try and squeak in other skills you want into the search. It's a super cool way to figure out a build that works for you, since there's so many different armor pieces in this game, coupled with the fact that RNG will usually work against you when it comes to good talismans. These set builders give you a reasonable path to sets you're working on while keeping different talismans in mind. And while we're on the topic of armor, you can only transmog armor in this game, not the weapons. Sorry. It's just like Wilds.
God damn it, man! I swear you guys rip on me 13 or 14 more times, I'm out of here.
That's okay. I'm sure this statement will age like fine wine. The amount of armor in this game is insane. High rank and low rank will usually share the same appearance, while G rank and deviant armor will have a very different look, like the Gamma set. The low rank and the high rank chest are okay, but the G rank version is top notch. Even most of the lower difficulty monsters get complete makeovers in their G rank versions. Clearing the village will give you the rainbow effect, but after clearing EX deviant monsters, you'll gain their color palette as a glowing effect as well. With the huge cast of monsters in GU and the colors available, the combinations possible will make your own fits feel completely unique to anyone else's. And if you want to be even more unique than that, then forfeit being a hunter and just be a Palico. Enter Prowler mode, and fight as one of the Palicos you've been raising. They've got infinite stamina, infinite bug nuts, infinite mining picks. Changing to a Prowler is great for harvesting and gathering materials, but if you put in the effort into building an optimized Palico, you'll rival other hunters in terms of damage and survivability. The Palico system in GU has a lot to offer. Multiple types of Palicos with tons of skills to learn and different support moves. Palicos run this world. They'll collect materials for you from this fun minigame. They run the farms for you to passively gain more materials. They sell you Psycho Serum so you can find monsters during hunts. They do it all. Invest in Palicos. Even if you don't plan on playing Prowler mode, they are amazing supports for hunts. They're not as OP as wild Palicos, but they will really help out. Or you can add a lot of chaos to your hunts by giving your Palico the bomb ability where they just carry around huge bombs. This attack hit me more often than it hit the monster, and I absolutely loved it. Village is forced solo. Hub is for multiplayer. But despite all that, all hub quests are soloable. Monsters will have more health than their village counterparts, but it's nothing insane. People will tell you that the hub is scaled for 4 players, but it's usually scaled to 2. It depends on the quest, but the health modifier is anywhere between 1.2 to 1.7. For G-rank hub quests and certain monsters, it gets a little closer to ×2. Village quests tend to be slower and ease you into the game more than the hub quests. because hub quests are just fighting monsters back to back with no breaks. It's generally advised to progress both village and hub at around the same pace to not overgear one part or the other, and there is a siege quest at the later part of the hub, which is never fun. When is it ever? But the rewards are worth it. It's a bit tricky to solo, but the game's been out for a while now, and you can find plenty of resources to learn how to solo it. G rank is exclusive to hub, so if you are interested in doing solo, you're gonna have a harder time. There are some quests that are later added to the village which give G rank difficulty to certain monsters and have their HP scaled to one player, but to fully progress through the entire game, you'll need to do the hub G rank quests. Thankfully, this game is beloved by many. Lots of diehard fans still play to this day, the subreddit still gets posts from newer players. I can hop online and still find plenty of lobbies for players near my rank, so that we can all progress at the same pace. Near the end of high rank and G rank, we can finally tackle some deviant and hyper monsters. Hyper monsters usually stay enraged, are more aggressive, and have powerful attacks. Certain parts of the monster will become highlighted with a swirling mist, and attacks that involve these parts will do more damage, adding more difficulty to fights you've already become comfortable with. Deviant monsters are unique, providing different armor, weapons, and having new abilities and combos while fighting them. Deviant weapons allow you to build hunter arts faster. Deviant armor comes with the Deviant soul. Acquiring the Deviant soul usually requires you to wear the full set, which doesn't leave a lot of room for customization, but the soul they provide usually gives you 2 to 3 skills, like this one, Deadeye Soul, which provides Negate Stun, Fortify, and Agitator, along with the other skills the armor provides like Guts and Chain Crit. As you fight deviant monsters, you level them up. They'll get more HP and damage, and eventually you'll reach their true form, the EX version. After defeating the EX version, you get the color associated to the deviant and unlock the deviant armor for transmogging. The more you level up your deviant monster, the more you can upgrade your deviant weapon and armor. It's just a really cool system. The armor designs for most deviants is absolute peak. I realized I didn't make a section about the story in this game, and the reason why is there's just about as much story as you'd expect in a Monster Hunter game. So we're just gonna move past it.
So let's move past it. Let's do something else.
But it is fun to read the info given for each quest. They're usually pretty goofy and wacky. For me personally, I haven't been able to put this game down. I have delivered eggs, picked up mushrooms, and repelled giant threats to humanity. I just recently finished the urgent G rank 4-star and still haven't fought plenty of monsters. The cast for this game is just so big, and I love that even though I feel like I've made a lot of progress, there's still more. Yeah, that's me on my first draft. Because scratch that, I've conquered many of what this game has to offer by now. Even one-shotting EX Bloodbath Diablos in a group hunt. We got to one feint left, but hey, it's first try. Fighting deviants, fighting hypers, charm farming, and random quests that unlock hunter arts or food seems to be more the endgame experience, while also seeking out whatever monster you need for the set you're building. Even though this game lacks the polish and quality of life that Wilds or newer gen games provide, I think I just enjoy this game way more than the others. I have to work for things. I have to become better to overcome certain hurdles. Monster Hunter has always been about the journey, not the end result, and GU just feels like the never-ending journey. Although I'm sure I'll reach my ending to GU, I still have different weapons to try, different styles, tapping more into multiplayer, optional quests. The list goes on. There's a ton of camaraderie when it comes to the online play, something that's become very noticeable. When it comes to SOS hunts, a lot of the time you just hunt with randoms and never see them again. With how the online works for GU, you really commit with a group of players and what to hunt. You get a feel at how the group dynamic is and run into familiar players a lot more often. Of course, you'll also run into annoying characters as well, like people who aren't satisfied with a minute 30 seconds Bracky farm and proceed to ask me to change off status so they can status. They completely change the routine, we get a longer kill time. They try a different strategy and then rage quit on the second hunt because we can't read their mind. Greywind, if you're out there, you're so... My favorite gameplay loop for endgame Monster Hunter has always just been hopping into random hunts and helping people. Unfortunately, this is rather annoying to do in newer gen because you can only search for certain monsters in the SOS system instead of picking at random. With the lobby system in GU, you'll never know what's getting thrown up on the hunting board. It's like Russian roulette for mindless hunting. The group could just be doing some normal monsters here and there, and then someone throws up a hyper devil show. We 3-card and the lobby dies. I love that. I can't recommend this game enough for players who started in World, Rise, or Wilds and are itching for more. This Monster Hunter game has just about everything you could ever want. Play this game, go at your own pace, enjoy it. And if you are interested in this game, download the MHGU database app. It tells you full weapon trees, what key quests are needed to progress, combination for items, what skills do, which is very important. You're going to see skills you've never heard of, like Edgelord or Torso Up. A game as big as GU requires tons of information, and a lot of that information just isn't worth remembering. The basics are easy to remember, but things like remembering which weapon builds into certain monster trees is insane, because there's just too many weapons. Remembering if an item drops off a high rank, G rank, or hyper monsters is also pretty tough. This app gives you about 95% of all the information you'll need from start to finish, and it'll save you tons of time. GU is just a great game. I wish I could forget everything and just play through it again. I made a ton of friends, learned a lot about how other hunters tackle certain monsters. I love looking at other people's transmogs. All of it just feels really good. Definitely check out the GU subreddit. They're super welcoming. They'll give you plenty of tips for learning and playing the game. I love it. So, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Thanks to the Patreon. I will see you later.